Hello, this is the Talk to Defeat ALS podcast, and I'm here again with Lisa Brownlee for another 5-minute tip. And today we're going to be talking about calling for help outside the home for a person with ALS. Elisa, you're the expert. Tell us how we can call for help outside the home.
Right. So we have a significant number of people with ALS whose caregiver has to work, and they are left at home alone. And the caregiver, of course, wants to know that the person with ALS is okay. We have, thanks to technology, we have several ways that this can be accomplished. Of course, if the person still has hand function, they can text and or answer the phone and or use Siri or OK Google to activate their phone. If they don't have hand function, there's several different things that we can recommend. The safest is to have a lifeline system. You know, the I've fallen and can't get up system. An individual with ALS can activate that system either through pressing a button on a lanyard. They can also press a button on a wristband. Sometimes if people don't have hand function but they have foot function, they'll put that wristband around their ankle and they'll depress the button with their toe or with the top of their shoe. There are also what's called switch-activated lifelines, where you put a switch on a part of the body where there's muscle movement. A lot of times it's the head. So I can put a switch on the headrest of the wheelchair, and that switch is plugged in to a wireless remote. And so when that person plugs or pushes the switch, it goes into the lifeline system. So basically, a lifeline system is where you have an intercom somewhere in the house, and that intercom is hooked up to that switch or the wristband, and once the person presses the button, it sends a message to the intercom, and then the intercom operator will say, "Hello, Mr. Heil, it's Joe from Lifeline. Do you have an emergency?" Now, if you can still speak, you say, "Yes, I do." If not, the Lifeline people have a list of numbers to call. I think there's a lot of times people are afraid to get this system because they don't want 911 to be the first to be called, and that's not the protocol. You tell the Lifeline operator, you give them a pecking order of who to call. Your neighbor first, your wife, your son, your daughter, your grandson, and then 911. So it's not that they're going to always call 911 first. I think that's a lot of fear with our folks.
Right.
Oh, they're going to call 911. That's not
true. Because they're afraid of how much an ambulance will cost.
Exactly. So they do call in an order. All right. So that's the safest way to call for help in the home, is to have a remote operator lifeline system. There's different names for it, but that's the safest. Some people say, all right, because there's a monthly fee associated with it, like $30, they can't afford that fee. So they want to do different things. Well, now smart speakers, you can have an Amazon Echo, and you can have, I'll be sitting at work, and if I have an Echo and I put that Echo in my living room, and I can see my person with ALS is doing just fine, watching the television or whatever. So you can see Echo to Echo, phone to phone, you can do FaceTime. So technology offers us plenty of opportunity to check on our loved ones. But for the most part, calling for help in the home, if the person can still use their hands, use a smartphone, use a cell phone, and then even if they still can use their hands, but you're worried about falls or something, use the Lifeline system, the monitored system.
So to go over this, if you have hand function, text, or Siri, or OK Google, or uses, when you first started here, using a cell phone was not something people could use. So those are things. A Lifeline system can really be a good lifeline.
Right.
And you have a cold call list so that you can feel comfortable with who you're getting in touch with.
Right.
And then there's smart speakers that exist now that didn't exist even 5 years ago.
Correct.
And you can make your home a smart home.
Correct.
And those are lots of ways. So thank you, Lisa, for giving us some tips on how to call somebody that's outside the home and getting their response quickly. For more information, you can go to alsphiladelphia.org. Follow us on social media, all at ALS Philadelphia. And if you want to get in touch with Elisa for questions and follow up, Elisa at alsphiladelphia.org. It's Elisa at alsphiladelphia.org. Thank you, Elisa.